Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Heyo and welcome today. Today, you're joined by me, Daniel, and yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to help artists out there, illustrators, to try and create their careers. So yeah, today I'm going through my sketchbook, November's sketchbook in particular. So I did Inktober, and after Inktober, I gave myself a week's kind of break from that whole routine of doing a drawing each day, and then decided to go on to I wanted to do a bit more. So I ended up creating this challenge. The first day's word was squad. And it's interesting to still have a word to do a drawing about because it gives me like a direction each day of what I'm drawing. So I'm doing that like 4 days a week now. And that could be Monday to Thursday. I like it to typically be Monday to Thursday, because it means I can do it in the Monday Thursday lunch breaks that I have, and then Friday I can just chillax and do whatever on the Friday. But also having 4 days a week, I could chop and change it to whatever days as well. If I've got Christmas and New Year's coming up, so I may want to like change those days because if Christmas this year falls like right in the middle of the week, and same with New Year's. So, I may want to change those days, but still have the 4 drawings that week. Do it a Saturday and a Sunday, or something like that. Change the Tuesday or Saturday. Change it up. So yeah, squad. I thought this was an interesting word to do because I could have a few characters. Try and make it an interesting bunch of people. I wanted it to look kind of a Scooby-Doo kind of collection of people. You've got the crazy one, you've got the nice one, you've got the good-looking one. That kind of thing, that kind of theme I was going for with this word. As we do, as I do. And each day I had a different word, and I created one kind of illustration for each word at the moment. The next one was fresh out of the bat. I thought of a fresh kind of a drink, and I still wanted to do creatures, interesting creatures, and scenes. Obviously, these are sketches. These are not full-blown, like, detailed illustrations. They're just kind of sketches. I've only spent, like, some of them 10-15 minutes. Some a little bit longer. I'm thinking about a few things to take this further. Is to have, like, a whole page of ideas of what this word could be, because I'm drawing whatever the word is and I'm just interpreting it in my own way. I'm creating these words usually on the week before it's Thursday or Friday. It depends. The week before's anyway, when I finish the 4 drawings for that week. After I finish the 4 drawings, then for the next week I create the 4 words. And I've done this for 3 weeks so far, and it's working out quite well. It's helped me. It's gotten me at the moment 12, idea drawings that I could potentially, explore and take further and just have fun and challenge things as well. It's always good for me to take these words and do some challenging things. I've got a drawing that I want to do at the moment, but it's the way I want to draw it is really quite challenging because he's coming towards you, like this rhino kind of a creature coming towards you. So it's really like challenging to try and get that looking right. Like his horn is right at you, make it look like that, and it's obviously a really challenging pose. I haven't really done much of that before. I've still got a lot to learn when it comes to that kind of posing and things like that. So, and I don't always have the reference with me as well. So I have to have the reference with that, with drawing that. So, um, each word is obviously different. Peaceful, I had this word in my mind, I think, like a couple of weeks ago before I kind of started the challenge. Um, and I was like, oh, I could, if I was thinking about doing Inktober, when I was doing Inktober, and, the different words, what if, there were different words, how would, I interpret it? I was thinking peaceful, how would I interpret that? And that point, I was thinking maybe someone like meditating, and I was thinking about doing this whole challenge thing, about keeping up with doing words for, um, similar to like what I do for Inktober, where I take the word and do a drawing from it, and create it in ink or pen or whatever. At the moment, I'm usually drawing it in pencil and then just going over it with pen. Um, and that's at the moment that's kind of my routine. Slowly. At the moment, that's just because of easiness, you know. I don't want to get myself in a full kind of panic challenge, and then go out of it because I've given myself too much to chew. Um, it just I start choking on it and then I stop it. It doesn't fully work that way. So I've got to have little chunks of it and then slowly delve into bigger and bigger bits. Um, Obviously, this week has been a little bit challenging because I've not been feeling the best. From about midweek, I wasn't feeling the best, so I had the 2 days done, and then Wednesday, I was not feeling the best. I did get my drawing done, and then Thursday I was really eh, and I got the drawing done just in time. Um, yeah, I got it done though. That's the main thing. Um, and I deal with those things. They come up and down. I've still got to get it done, even though I've got this and this. Got lots of other things to do. I still have to get a lot done. Yeah, I still got to get these done. That's another interesting one. Light. I'm pretty sure in Inktober this year we had dark, so I was like, oh, why not try light? The opposite of it, and see what I come up with. It'd be interesting to see the differences between my drawing of light and dark, and how I interpreted that. I think, yeah, thinking about what my dark was, it's interesting, the differences with it, how I interpret it, yeah, how I decide to take it. And that's why I'm thinking of doing maybe a whole page of that word, because then I could come up with like different ideas of the same word, like light. I had a few ideas, him, a glowing light. I like the idea of this creature finding a light. And this is definitely also something I could take further into a proper illustration. Some sort of like, he's similar to like a hedgehog like creature finding this glowing light. So I'd like to create an illustration of that. That would be awesome to Maybe he finds like a glow bug or something on his, and it like lands on his nose in a cave or some sort. Um, you know, creating that kind of illustration, I'd love to. This would inspire it to create that kind of illustration. So it's great to do these challenges, even if obviously I'm not doing the best drawings here. They're just sketches that show a little bit, um, and show what the word is. So they will delve into further things. I could, when I finish this book, or when I take a break from the book again, I can probably look at some of these ideas and then delve in further. Even also in my sketchbook, I can take the drawing that I did that day, and I could draw like different versions of it, and take it further if I wanted. I could do a whole day, a whole page worth of the word light if I really needed to, or really wanted to. But yeah, at the moment it's been a little bit challenging. I've had a few things to do, and bits and pieces that I had to get done. So it's been a little bit hectic, but I get it done. And I haven't had all the reference with me as well. I do try. I'm building up reference libraries, and when I can, I bring the reference with me. I'm also, obviously, I'm doing my my book at the moment, so making sure I'm on track on doing that for my YouTube channel, and doing the paintings that I've got to get done, doing all that stuff. That is really important. This obviously is really important as well, because I gotta keep going. I gotta keep creating, and improving, and just discovering new ideas and things that I could create in the future. Um, there's obviously so much things that I want to do that this, I guess, cuts off that tiny little mountain of what I want to do at the top. Those little drawings or little things that I want to create, but I haven't got all the time in the world to create everything I want. So it just it cuts off that little peak of that tower, for me, so that it doesn't feel so cluttered that I can't create anything. Like at the moment, I've got my pug series. I want to continue that a little bit. I was thinking I'm a little complete on it, but then I had another idea of doing like a Borderlands kind of pug. And now I'm really stuck on that idea. So it's gonna be maybe next year, but I'm gonna create that at some stage. Um, and yeah, I'd like to possibly even delve into other kind of categories to take a pug like a pug into another kind of world. Um, yeah, I enjoy that kind of thing. I enjoy obviously seeing my book. It's kind of, um, I would say, kind of hard in a way to see that it's taken so long. Obviously, I would like of it to have not and taken so long, but it's my book. I've been working on it. Each page I've been constructing, since I've created it, since I've started working on it. Yeah, it's been a long journey. I've had other things come up. I'm keeping on painting. There's a bit more work for some pages as I've had planned. But still keep going. I feel this sketch here was a good one. Um, I had this idea, of a car, putting its brakes on, And yeah, I felt it worked out okay. You know, it's not the best drawing in the world, but I think it worked out alright. You know, it looks a little bit like he's hitting his brakes. I don't know what else I could have done to show that a little bit more. Maybe his car could have been see-through or something. You could see actually his foot hitting the pedals, but I didn't want to be too obvious as well. I don't like to be in my design sense and things. I don't like to be too obvious to give it off, but I like to be obvious enough in kind of my design sense, my design world. Um, I like to be obvious enough, but not too obvious. Um, shout out that it's a teapot, but not exactly. It's not just a drawing of a teapot. Like it has something more to it. Basically, is the way I like to show things, and it's what I end up designing. This creature, dog-like creature riding a cart, kind of a thing, putting his brakes on. Um, and you can see, I don't 100% understand like carts and cars and things, mechanics. But, I try my best. I see what references I can find at the time, and I do use them. If I don't have any reference, I've got to make it up, obviously. Um, and most of the time, I do have to make it up. I just have to, you know, draw what a car looks like and be like, okay, well, the car looks like this. It should have wheels. A brake, I guess they look like this, and pick it up later if I do want to take it further. Because these are just sketches, drawings. I post them to Instagram for everyone to see and things like that. But they are just sketches that I could take further, things like that. Obviously, at the moment I've got a book that I'd like to put some actual good drawings into. At the moment, haven't had anything solid that I'd be able to draw something good enough for me to color and everything like that. So mostly it's because I haven't had enough reference, but I'm going to take the reference now. I've got the reference hunted and I've got it, so now hopefully I'll be able to do that full drawing and get that underway and see how that goes. I still, keep up these kind of monthly sketch drawings that I do every week, and post probably this monthly video. I feel doing this monthly video will help in this channel. One, having a little bit of variety of what kind of work I do and things like that. I may post it every month. I may not. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it will also create more content so that I don't feel so worried about creating content as well, because it's getting pretty tight at the moment. This video now has helped me to have more time to create my children's book at the moment, so that's a good thing. However, it's not obviously a painting, it's different drawings, but I still feel like hopefully you guys enjoy seeing these drawings. You enjoy me talking about them and talking about my experience drawing them and things like that. Yeah, this word is fear, and I had a few ideas for fear. Obviously the whole idea was the creature was hiding in the dark, kind of scared idea, and then I kind of expanded a little bit in the end for it. Sometimes I only draw it once, I only managed to draw it once, where I could could have ended up drawing it a couple of times to get things right, to feel things underway, but it depends on time as well. This word's fixed, and yeah, basically it was the one creature to fix his skateboard kind of a thing. That was the whole idea of it. Um, and I don't feel like that's the best one. Like some of the posings, I feel a little bit off. Um, and yeah, things are not the best. But these are sketches. Um, I can't, be too critical all the time. Um, you know, I look at the things that I've done right. Like for instance, I think the skateboard is actually one of the best elements in it. Um, which for me, that's kind of what this whole image is about. The fixed skateboard. That's the best thing in it. So that's the most important thing. Um, However, I could have done better on the creatures. I think the two kind of brother-like creatures could have done a little bit more work. But however, that's all I kind of had the time for. I wanted to do other stuff as well. I think I can't remember at the time. But just wanting to doodle as well. Other stuff is fun. I like to do a lot of just drawings of just things, of images, references, just draw the references as well. And it's much harder to draw straight from my head. But I can go back and use reference to keep drawing this and keep expanding if I did want to do it. And that's the main thing of what I get out of this. So this month I've pretty much done 12 drawings, which it's pretty good. 12 okay drawings, plus countless others in my sketchbook. I think it's definitely helped me to keep focused on drawing. It's easy enough to be like, I'm going to draw for an hour, and sit there for like 20 minutes being like, okay, well, I'll just draw this, leaf I see there. And then you draw the leaf, and then you're like, oh, what do I draw now? Or maybe I could draw a creature, It gives me a little bit of focus and be like, well, okay, today I've got to draw this, got to draw the fixed idea, so I draw the fixed idea. And come up with a couple ideas sometimes. For instance, this one lychee. Obviously I'm doing just random words out of my head. I've got a list, so I know that I haven't done them before. And they're just random words. So and I didn't have a reference of a lychee with me. I'm not 100% sure I've got the image right, but I have in my head what one looks like. So that's what I've created there. But yeah, basically, I came up with a few ideas. Maybe a creature could be eating a lychee. But in the end, I wanted to create some sort of lychee-like creature. But that didn't really go far. Yeah, it's just, I guess that I was kind of like little bit panicked about getting it done and dusted so that it could get finished and posted. So I didn't want to explore too much, and then that thing. I think going forward next month, or going forward for the next days that I do even, I might try to not wait so much and just expand on some of the drawings. Yeah, just keep drawing. I mean, not worry about getting one good drawing in the end, and eventually, what I have, even if I have a page of just drawings of the word, I will post that basically, and that will be my daily drawing or whatever. But yeah, and eventually I thought this creature has caught a lychee or something, or his tribe. In his tribe, he, lychee are their cherished fruit. Kind of like, Willy Wonka with the Whompers and their cocoa beans. Kind of like that, their cherished fruit. So he's this king. He's obviously got a lychee, so he's a lychee king. That's the kind of idea I went with for this drawing here. No, obviously, yeah, I keep saying there are sketches. I could go further into it. I could, expand on his design a little bit further. Expand on where he lives and things like that, and maybe his culture and all those other things I could expand on. But yeah, I've only spent, so long on these drawings that I can't, explore all that stuff. And, me having a little bit of time afterwards, because I usually get, 45 minutes to draw. It takes me the first 10 or 15 minutes to do these sketches, and then I can, go further into it. It depends, I don't have that thought straight away, that I want to see what, maybe this horned creature that I've got here, what his lifestyle is like, and things like that. Getting the pose right will take me a while, and just trying to capture the essence of the creature and the characters. They will, each level takes me a bit further. Yeah, and it takes me longer to, get the pose right, and then once I got the pose right, try to detail right, and then, draw the background and everything like that. It does, build up and take a while, more than, 45 minutes. But, some of these things, if I can get the, daily drawing done, then maybe I might have time that I can, do a big drawing, and, expand on that each day, doing a half an hour each day. Kind of like what I do with my book, at my moment with the book, I just do what I can each day. I do an hour or 2 hours a day, ish. It depends on what time I've got. Sometimes I get a little bit more hours in, but it just all depends on what happens. Sometimes I get no hours. It all depends. Yeah. So, this is kind of the horned creature. It's a little bit similar to the creature that I'm trying to expand on and actually create a full-blown illustration of it. But now I'll just get a little bit of reference of it. I probably might have to make a little collage of reference for it, so that I can expand it a little bit further, and draw the pose right, draw what living situation he's in, and tell his background story and create a full-blown illustration of it. Yeah, I enjoy doing those kind of illustrations. Now, yeah, this one was basically when I was, feeling really sick. I pretty much went to sleep, sorry. And then, woke up in the last 15 minutes I had left. Did this drawing, took me like 5 minutes or something, of the word Drake. And then, that's all I could do. So, this is an example of a bad day. I still get something out of it, even if it's a bad day, which is something why I do this every day. And, I know I was feeling sick that day, but now I could, if I wanted to, I could expand on this idea, whether my sketchbook or my actual illustration. Yeah, I could if I wanted to, I mean, I could have done so many things with Drake. Yeah, it was a hard, challenging word too. It wasn't easy. Everyone sees Drake as a different thing. Draco Malfoy, Drake as in like similar to a dragon. Um, it was a word. So Drake is could be a person as well, mostly seen as a rapper. Um, Drake creature I was more looking for. It's a Drake creature. It's like a dragon without wings, basically. I saw it as more like as those like a dragon, but except um, their wings are kind of attached to their arms. They only have four limbs. That's the way I see a drake. Pretty sure that's kind of correct in a way. Um, yeah, and dragons have 8 limbs. Um, but it's all mythology. You'd have to uh, look into like all the mythological stuff and things like that. Yeah, Drake is a dragon with 4 limbs. So that's, the way it's properly interpreted. But I could have drawn Drake the famous singer or something like that, but I'll never do that. um and the last one was common. I did this. It was a hard one actually because it was like, oh, what do I draw that's kind of common? And in the end, I was just like, oh, I was doing this challenge for a wee bit where I was drawing a turtle every day in a different type of shell. The turtle could have a um, road cone as his shell, or he could have um, a snail's shell, or he may have a interesting kind of shell. So I thought just do a normal turtle shell that would be common. I could have gone a little bit further, I guess, but it is what it is. Common common sketch for me because I drew it all the time. I think I did like 30 or 40 different turtles, like one of them where, his rock is a shell, a set of speakers a shell. I did lots and lots. And, some I'd like to actually expand and maybe create into an illustration to see what, you know, um, yeah, so well, this is a stream. I've got basically this goes to YouTube. I've done sketches every day. So I'll do a refresher for everyone. So yeah, I've done 12 drawing this month. So each week, I grab 4 words and I draw those 4 words. Every day, once a day. And yeah, that's basically what I do in my spare time um, to keep my sketchbook alive. I do normally sketch all the time, I sketch, every day and keep creating stuff. But having that kind of like Inktober, having that motive, that word keeps me going, keeps me creating a little bit more. So that's why I decided to kind of keep it going and have this day, these 4 days a week, where I'd have one word to draw. So you guys can see throughout this whole video, you can see the 12 drawings that I've done this month. I missed a week because I was just getting over Inktober. So it was a little bit, getting over it a little bit. It was hectic doing it every day, getting over it. So, I decided to have the week off and just relax, do some doodles, get back into it, and then try this. And it's worked out so far, and I'm going to keep it on. I may end up changing it in ways and forms. But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, whether you watched it on Twitch or you watched it on YouTube. Yeah, that's all I got time for. So yeah, you can shoot through the video and see those 12 drawings when it's up on YouTube. Um, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hopefully you keep creating and keep drawing something. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Keep creating, everyone. Goodbye.